everyone, my name is Gabby and it is Wednesday, July 10th, 2019, which means it is my 4-year YouTube anniversary. For today's video, I wanted to sort of take a moment to talk about all the crazy things that I've been doing in 2019 thus far and look ahead into my future and all the things that I have planned for the rest of the year. This year has been crazy because it's been a lot of growth and realization and goal accomplishment and goal setting for the future that I'm really glad that I get to sort of take a moment and get to share all of that with you, because I have been MIA from BookTube for a while and have been periodically posting videos coming and going because I've been busy with school and because I've just needed a break from YouTube and needed time to sort of find myself and be able to realize that I don't need to be able to sit in front of a camera to be able to share all of my passions and interests with the world, that those things are part of me and that I can embrace them instead of hiding from them because I think they make me weird or quirky or different. I'm glad now that I'm back and that I can try to post videos regularly, and that if not, I have an audience of people here who will watch whenever I do decide to post. I love YouTube, but I don't know if it's something that I can do on a consistent and regular basis the way that some other people do because I'm so busy and I'm in a point in my life where I want to be out and living in the world rather than just sitting in my room filming videos. And so while I love BookTube, I know that it's going to be a place that will always be here for me whenever I do decide to come back, and so I'm excited to get to take the time now to be able to get to share with you all of the things that I've been doing so far this year and other things that I have planned for the rest of the year. So without further ado, let's dive in and get started. So most of this year really wasn't too hectic. It was only until April and May that things started to get really busy. April 10th was the top 10% dinner for my graduating class, and thankfully I got to attend because I was a part of the top 10% of my graduating class. I think I actually graduated in the top 3%, but it's all the same. This event was really special for me because it was something that I was looking forward to for almost 4 years. So to get to realize that and get to live that moment out and to get to celebrate that accomplishment was something that was so great to me, especially after everything that I had been through academically. It was nice to be able to get to reach that milestone and to realize that even with the obstacles and the hurdles and the struggles that I had to go through, that I could still reach that goal and that those hurdles couldn't stop me. And so it just felt like a really special moment, especially because I got to share it with some of my close friends. So I'm really, really grateful I had that, and it was just such a great night that I'm never going to forget. That same week was my prom at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, and I was really excited about prom because it was at the MSI. We got to walk around all the exhibits, the food was great, and it was overall just a really fun night. There was some drama among my friend group, and it was unfortunate that that had to happen, but for me, I was just excited to get to be at prom. I took some Bookstagram photos with Leah on the Offbeat because that book also has a portion of it that takes place at prom, and the book actually kind of matched my dress. So if you want to see those photos, you can check out my Instagram, which is linked down below. And it was just overall a great night, and it was the perfect place to get to have prom. And while I really didn't want to go to my senior prom initially, I'm glad that I went because it was fun and it definitely was a memorable night, and it made my senior year a little bit more memorable. Moving on to May, because most of April was just lots of like end of the year schoolwork type stuff. Endgame came out, which was crazy, and if you want to hear my thoughts about that, you can check out my movie reviews video. I got to attend a concert on Cinco de Mayo, which was Sunday, May 5th, and I got to see Just Seconds Apart, Logan Henderson, and Jake Miller at the Chop Shop in Chicago for the Wait For You tour, or based on a true story, it's used both names. You probably don't know who any of these artists are, so I'm going to take the time to break them down for you and really sort of talk about this concert experience because it is, as of right now, one of the highlights of my year because it was just such a fun night. So Just Seconds Apart is a band of 19-year-old triplets, and their music is phenomenal. I started listening to their stuff a little bit before the concert, but I absolutely fell in love with it. I listened to it once, it felt really different than anything that I'd ever listened to before, but the more times I started listening to it, the more that it grew on me. I love their stuff. I'm really excited to see whatever comes next from them. I did not get to meet them on tour, but I wish that I had. I just didn't really have a good opportunity to. They were outside the venue a few times, but I didn't know if I should like say hello to them if they were like busy loading in or sound checking or whatever, so I didn't. And then they did a meet and greet after the show, but by the time the show ended, it was late. It was a Sunday night. I needed to get home for school the next morning, so it's unfortunate that I didn't get the opportunity to meet them, but I am really excited for them to come back to Chicago, for them to release new music and to get to see what's in store for them because they are absolutely phenomenal. And if you want to listen to their stuff, I will have their Spotify account linked down below so you can listen to all their music because it truly is so sensational, so fun and upbeat, and they just gave such a great performance, and I had so much fun listening to them. So the next person up to the stage was Logan Henderson. I've been listening to him since I was 9 years old, and I'm gonna be honest, he was the reason why I was at that concert, because when I found out he was gonna be touring with Jake Miller, I was immediately like, sign me up, because I love Logan. I've loved him since his BTR days. I love him now in his solo career, and I was so excited for him to finally be going on tour and to be coming to Chicago. He did perform a whole bunch of new stuff that I hadn't heard before or he hadn't released yet. Most of the stuff I had actually heard before because I watch YouTube videos and I watched some clips that he uploaded from previous dates on the tour. I was excited to get to see him perform that stuff because I don't have physical downloads of those songs, so it was nice to get to hear new stuff rather than all the stuff that I've been listening to for a while. And one of the things that's been nice is to get to see him sort of venture from being 1/4 of a group to being his own solo artist and sort of him finding his own sound and being able to create his own music and having freedom and liberty to do what he wants and to tell his own stories, because he truly is so interesting, and I think it's so exciting to get inside his head because his music is just very different than any other artist that I've listened to before, and I love him and his stuff, and he's also so sweet. I did get to meet him on tour because I knew if he was going on tour and he was coming to Chicago, I was buying meet and greets, so I did, and it was absolutely the best, like 122 seconds of my life. He gave me so many hugs. I got to talk to him. I got to thank him. I originally had met him 6 years ago at the end of July for the final Big Time Rush tour, and I was just so in awe when I met him that I really didn't get to say anything to him at all. And so I was really glad that I had the opportunity 6 years later to be able to get to thank him for everything that he'd done for me and how much I just was in awe of him as an artist and his new music, and how grateful I was that he came into my life when he did. Big Time Rush has been in my life for half of my lifetime, for 9 years, which is insane, and I've been so grateful to get to see Logan grow as an artist, to get to see him release his own stuff, and I'm so glad I got to meet him on tour. I'm so glad I got to see him perform. He truly is a wonderful artist. If you want to listen to his stuff, again, his Spotify account will be linked down below. You should check him out. I actually use one of his songs in the end card of my videos just because I love his music so much and I love his sound and how every single song is different and just has its own vibe, and I just respect him so much as an artist. And finally, we have to talk about Jake Miller because this was his tour. I hadn't started listening to Jake until the beginning of the year when tour was announced, and I went through and I listened to almost all of his songs, and let me tell you, I have so much respect for this man as an artist, and he's just such a nice guy, and I just am so amazed by him and the things that he's able to do. Let's just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what Jake Miller's year is going to be like to just sort of explain to you how hard he goes. So he released an EP this year called Based on a True Story at the end of March. He went on tour to promote his EP in April, and then that tour ended around May. Since then, he's been doing like radio shows and like concerts and performances. I think he performed at a Pride event. He's going to be releasing another new set of music sometime soon, and then going on tour again in the fall to promote that music. That's just insane to me that he's able to release songs that quickly, that he's constantly going and moving and touring, and that he's never just stationary in one place. Because a lot of artists release a body of music and then they tour and then they take like a year or two off and then come back and do it over and over again. Whereas him, he's just constantly going and constantly releasing music, and I just can't even fathom what that's like. Also just shows how disciplined he is as an artist and how he's able to just come up with stuff on the spot and how he's just constantly going and constantly writing, and I just, wow. One of the things that also made me really amazed is that in the time that he was an indie artist and he wasn't signed with any record labels and he was just creating stuff entirely on his own, he released 2 full albums. Their titles were 2 AM in LA and Silver Linings. They're absolutely phenomenal and amazing, and the fact that he did so much of this on his own was insane to me, and that he didn't do it once but twice, which is just even more mind-boggling. The things that this man is able to do just absolutely just is stunning to me, and I just can't even, I have just so much respect for him. Similarly, his concerts are insane. His fans are nuts. His Chicago shows, I feel like, are probably crazier than some other shows are, because a lot of his fans who've been fans for years come out to those shows, but this was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. I guess for one reason it was the fact that it was a general admission show, so there was no seats. Everyone was just in a tiny little room in the back of the chop shop, and so we were all sort of crammed together, standing, just kind of stuck, so, you know, lots of shoving and pushing, and if you're claustrophobic, probably wouldn't have been too fun. But once Jake's set started, everyone was jumping up and down, screaming lyrics. It was just insane. It was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before because it was just so electric. And it's impossible to describe to you because you just had to be there, but it was really a lot of fun. But by the end of the night, I was exhausted and I crashed hard because I ended up getting a really bad cold and just felt exhausted by the end of the event, but it was so much fun. I also got to meet Jake and he was so sweet, but I did sort of get moved along relatively quickly because there was lots of other people that bought in the meet and greet, and so I didn't really get to say anything to him, but I also didn't feel like it was my place because there was other people waiting, and I didn't want to take that time the way that I did with Logan because I'd been waiting 6 years for that. But overall, it was a really great night, a really fun event, and I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to attend because, again, it was definitely one of the highlights of this year because I just had so much fun. One of the other things that I did in May was see Christine on tour for Again But Better. So this event in Chicago was moderated by Tiernan at the Booktuber, and it was just so much fun. It was also packed. There was over 100 people there, and me and my friends Emily and Ashley, who also went, were towards the end of the signing line, so we were just chilling and talking. I had a little bit of a cold, so I was like feeling slightly run down. Like I was starting to recover from my cold. It was nowhere near as bad as it was in the beginning. It really started that Friday, May 10th, that it really started to hit me and I started to get really sick. I think that was also the date of the Nexus tour in Chicago, which is why I didn't go because I just felt so run down. But I'm glad that I got to go to the Again But Better tour stop because it's the first and only book signing that I've been to this year, and I have no idea if I'm going to be going to any others, so I'm glad that I at least got to go to one this year. I'm so just excited for her that she's been accomplishing so much and that she's gotten to release this book. I have read it since that tour date, and I absolutely loved the book. I thought it was so much fun and I got so much out of it, and I'll definitely be talking about this book more in a recent reads video that I'll be uploading soon. But it was a really great event, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to attend and be able to just sort of get to celebrate this accomplishment with the booktube community, with the book community, and to be able to get to celebrate Christine because she truly is like the figurehead of the book community. And so I know a lot of us were really excited for her, and I'm really glad that I got to celebrate with her because it just made my May, my end of the year, and my senior year just all the more exciting and memorable to be able to get to celebrate this community and the wonderful people that are making such strides within it. The rest of May was kind of just end of the year stuff. I took AP tests, and I just found out recently that I got 2 5s on those AP tests, which is AP Lit and AP Psychology, which was really cool. I got an award for being an English scholar because I'd taken a whole bunch of English classes this year, and I got to celebrate that with all my English teachers. I graduated. So it was just a really busy month with lots of like senior year, end of the year stuff that it was really special to me to get to have all those moments, to be able to get to celebrate my accomplishments, to be able to graduate and be able to look back at all my high school experiences with pride and with joy and be able to just celebrate the 4 years that I had and the growth and the change, the development that I was able to have over those 4 years. But now it's finally summer, and I have some time to get to sort of relax and watch some movies and sort of think about the future in college and everything that's coming. So now, sort of looking forward to my future and some of the things that I have going on. I am leaving for Disney on Friday, July 19th, and I'm going to be gone until the 27th. I'm going to try to have maybe 1 or 2 videos uploaded in that time while I am gone so that you guys have some content and that I'm not just videoless for like 8 days on this channel and I'm MIA again. Then I'm gonna have all of August to post videos, which I'm definitely going to try to do. I move into my dorm on August 28th, and then I start school the Monday after Labor Day, and then I have no idea what the future is going to hold for me once I start college, what my schedule's gonna be like, if I'm gonna be able to film videos, where I'm going to film videos, but I'm definitely going to try. I'm so psyched for college. I'm gonna be going to Columbia, and I think that's gonna be such a great place for me to be able to explore creatively and to be able to get to hone in on my skills and to be able to get to enhance them and learn from people in the industry. And I think it's only going to make my video editing better and is going to just really help me to grow and improve booktube wise, and also help me to find a career and network with people. So it's definitely gonna be a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm excited for that because I think I'm going to learn a lot, and it's going to be just a really fun and really amazing experience, and I'm definitely going to want to be able to share as much of that with you as possible. But I have no idea what my schedule will entail, what my workload will entail, so it's something that I'll sort of have to see about as I go. But I'm really excited for the future, and I'm really glad that I sort of get to share all of this with you. I also am going to be vlogging while I am in Disney World, and I'm going to be at Universal for a day, so I'll definitely be doing a Harry Potter World vlog. So you'll be getting plenty of content from me in the next few months, which is exciting. But I absolutely love all of you. If you do have any video ideas or anything that you would like to see me film on this channel, let me know. If you want to check out my social media, all the links are down below, and again, any other links that I mentioned in this video will also be in the description. But that's, like I said, about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time in a new one. Goodbye! I'm trying to find